It's like, I'm just joking. All right.
So we're back.
Yes, we are. Well, first I want to say subscribe to the channel. Share this video with a friend. Remember, scalp care for curly hair. We are on a movement, and first of all, I appreciate you for coming back if you're back again. And if it's your first time here, you know what? Listen, let's join the movement. We are the science behind the hair. That's what we are here. We are just really just giving you the foundation of hair. And it ain't because it just comes from me. It comes from the books. Y'all can't see my books, but I got a couple books back here. I'm gonna pull them out. Just to show you guys how dedicated and how devoted I am to this industry, and not only to teaching and to the stylists and the value that they are going to generate for themselves, but the movement for the hair care industry and what it means for Black folks in hair school,
Yes.
and white folks in hair school, period, and what they learn, because that needs to be revisited.
It does.
Yeah. All right, so what you got for me?
So my next question, what makes you an expert in your field?
So, I think there's plenty of things that makes me expert. One of the things I would say is my years of experience. Like doing hair, we can all say when you go to college and you get your degree in something, it is nothing like doing it, So for my whole life, I've been doing hair for my 20th anniversary will be coming up next year. Oh my goodness. I'm like, what am I going to do? By 20 years doing, what I love. I didn't always love to do hair. I didn't think it was what I was going to do for the rest of my life. But yeah, I think that's one of the things that makes me an expert. Another thing that really, really hones in on the expert field in teaching was my experience in mentoring, my experience in presenting and teaching other people how to run their YouTube channels, and just really standing in front of a plethora of people and providing value to them, understanding what that means. Because a teacher isn't there for themselves. A teacher is there to provide that value, knowing that I can provide value, knowing that it can be fun and we could laugh, and what I mean, knowing that people enjoy just learning from me. Just that can make me want to cry right now, because I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for that. Like that part is like that's the most for me.
Yes.
Like, thanks.
Because I noticed one thing. When you teach and mentor, you don't just throw out facts just because there are teachers that's like they're monotone. They just give you all this information. It's like I'm not learning from that.
Right.
But for you, you actually explain and take your time with whoever's you're mentoring or teaching.
And I think, and just to speak a little bit on teaching, when you're looking for somebody to educate you, you want to learn a little bit about them. I encourage y'all, go check me out, because I'm quirky, and I'm going to express myself a little bit more. I feel as if I've been kind of getting in this shell of I'm a teacher and I should be a way. There is no should be a way. Be who you are and be unified. I when I first started, I was using that hashtag be unified, and I loved it, and I think I kind of lost a little bit of that. Like post pandemic, it just almost kind of shocked me. It was like go back into your shell. Be you need to. There's a way you need to be, and you're not doing it. You know what I mean? You need to not tell people what you do. You need to calm your nerves. Don't you cuss on camera, you know what I mean? Shit like that. And I just was like, you know what? Wake up. Wake up. Realize, be unified. But also, remember that this isn't about you. This ain't about you as an individual. Yes, it provides me value because I love what I do. And I love, but it really, like, watching stylists make more money, watching, like, the stylists that give me their reviews, the stylists that, like, give me their report after they take a class, and I love this education helped me. You know what I mean? That is, like, that's like, that would make me, that. So success is an orgasm, period.
So for your expertise, if someone comes to you saying, hey, my hair is really itchy, I got this danger, can you please help me out? What do I do? Like, how would you advise them?
So, like, first of all, we just have a conversation. That's basically what it is. I want to know what it is about your hair that is truly the issue, because when people say you have an itchy scalp, your scalp is itchy for a reason. One or two. External, internal. Something you're doing on the inside, something you're doing on the outside. Sometimes, if you have an internal problem, some people have eczema, some people have psoriasis, seborrheic dermatitis, you pityriasis capitis. Like there's all kind. That's dandruff, by the way. But anyway, some people have all kind of reasons why their scalps can be on internally. Sometimes they're not drinking enough water, so they're internally they're just dry. Everything's dry. Their skin is dry, and it really can be combated with a healthy water intake. Like there's so much that can be done with just our diets. But then let's show the other version. Say it is something on the outside. Sometimes people using products that literally is drying their scalp because that product is for what?
For
the hair. It's for the hair. I can't reiterate. Scalp hair is missing. You see what I mean? It's just missing. It's not that it's not important, because we still try to use the stuff for the scalp, for the hair on the scalp. You see what I mean? But most of those products are for the hair. They're not for the scalp. They're not going to irrigate the scalp. I mean, and you think about any grease that you put on the scalp, anything that's not going to penetrate like that cuticle. Like you see when you put essential oils on your skin, like they dissipate. Like it just go away. It's gone. It ain't oily. It ain't, you know what I mean? It's just gone. And you don't use those by themselves. But if you do, they're just gone. They evaporate. So you mix that with a little jojoba oil and it sits on your skin. That essential oil still dissipates throughout the pores of the scalp. It's getting in there. And the jojoba oil kind of picks up the sebum in the scalp, naturally balancing it. Those two things together balance the scalp out as far as moisture goes. And that is what helps. Not just slapping some grease on top of it. We know what grease does to pipes. Clogs them. It's doing the same things to our pores. So it's important to, cleanse our scalp pores. Yeah, hair is important. Decondition your hair. Add something to it. Because hair is not alive. Like, what we do to preserve bodies, like, they embalm bodies. We have to condition our hair. Hair is not alive. If it was alive, when you cut it, we would bleed. You don't bleed when you get your hair cut. It don't hurt. There's no nerve endings. It is a keratinized extension. It's not even necessary. Hair on our head is not this is really a vague thing that I actually am so loving. Okay, I'm so happy that we chose to keep our scalp hair as the hair that we found attractive.
Yes.
What if we all thought that armpit hair was just sexy?
There are people out there.
I know that's a controversial. I don't mean to be controversial about it. I meant to just kind of switch the perspective, right? You know what I mean? We had we have lace fronts on our armpits. They probably make that. Let me. But anyway, because I did see the coochie lace fronts. I'm telling you, I seen the coochie lace front. It's little coochie hair. Like, so just stick it there. It's hilarious. But anyway, where did
we went left?
Where do we go from here? But anyway, what this question was, the expert in the field, is that?
Yes.
Yeah. So I think I mentioned the two things. My time in the field. I think I didn't even mention the fact that I spent some time going to pharmacy school. And not that pharmacy school has anything to do with hair it immediately, but what I really want to speak to is the courses that you have to take in order to become a pharmacist. The biochemistries, the anatomies, the organic chemistries, the biochemistries, the just all of those different things. When we were in the anatomy portion of school, and we got to the hair section, I never felt more. I was like, oh, I could. What? Okay, epidermis, dermis, papilla, bulb, got it. What I mean? And it was learning the way that hair it formulates, learning that it starts from this and it builds out like a tree does. And I use that analogy a lot in my teaching, how we nourish the roots. Again, foundation. Foundation. It's so important. So without that being in there, this is just the beginning. And again, I feel like that would also be something that I would, if I had to, say makes me an expert. That's what it does. And I really, that's not even a comfortable place for me. I have a hard time saying things that makes me an expert, because really it doesn't make me it makes me an expert to others, but it helps me feel that I am devoted from my perspective. That's how people like to hear it, you know. But this, to me, when I answer the question, I really describe my devotion to my field. And that's how I'm able to be like, yeah, that's hot. You see what I mean?
So basically, like, even though you've been in the game for basically 20 years, you're still learning, and you're still, you know, researching.
Well, everything is a learning game. I think, so when I say I'm still learning, I mean that I've built a strong enough foundation of learning that it's time to expand that knowledge. You know, if you're not forever learning, then I don't understand. Then you're preparing for death. Because knowledge, our mind dies before our body does. You know, we all know that bodies tend to have reactions afterwards. So we need to feed that. You know, feed that. As a stylist, you know, that's where I want to begin. I think that you know, the hair care industry, knowing it's the foundation, being that this is my strongest field, this is where I want to be. This is where I want to begin. But there is the foundational things, you know, in everything, in all walks of life. We have to begin with our mindset as well. Some of us, we go throughout life and we don't learn enough about who we are as an individual. So I want to begin there as well. Like that is another thing. Again, scalp care for curly hair. Remember that? Yeah, that's what I love. That's everything for me. It's the beginning. It really is. It is. So, what you think about that?
I liked it.
I did too. Yeah. So, you know what? Thank you guys so much. Right?
Yes, I'm still shocked. 20 years, Sean.
I know. Yeah.
I swear, technically unofficial, I think it's been longer than 20 years. So
Absolutely. I'm talking, I got my cosmetology license in 2002.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? So, 2022. But you know, I was doing hair between, you know, sit between my legs, like, so yeah, I'm back from the, you know what I mean? I used to be braiding in the projects in front of the house, you know what I mean? For real, straight facts. But anywho, we're going to see you guys in the next video, and I think I may trouble myself to change the outfit or so, even though I think this is so fabulous. I'm so hoping you guys are excited. So if nothing else, come back to see what I'm rocking, okay? Thank y'all so much. Subscribe to the channel. Share this video. And if you believe scalp care is hair care, then make sure that you stay in tune, and you got to hit that notification so that you know when we're posting these, okay? I appreciate you here. Scalp care for curly hair. Let's keep it pushing. Let's keep it going.
Yes.
All right, bye.
Bye.